Welcome to the Reading Ranters. I am Nisi and my co-host is Kalila. And we just wanted to pop in briefly today to just kind of introduce ourselves, let you know that we have a book club that we would love for you to join. And hey, I'll just make it short, sweet, and simple. I'll start off with a little bit about myself. My name is Nisi, otherwise known as Redemption Song 76. And I am a voracious reader. I love, love, love reading. I found that, being a part of the Ranters Union, a lot of like-minded individuals that I enjoy engaging with all have the same sort of notion. Hey, we want to get something together where we have a little book club that we talk about some great books, introduce some things that people may not even know about. That being said, about me, a little fun fact is that my favorite author is James Baldwin. I completely resonate with almost any and everything that he has to say and really believe him to be a brilliant man. Um, as I said, I love to read. As a kid, kind of jumped into that. That was always something that was sort of incentivized. So it helped grow my love of reading. And hey, I'm kind of curious. I'm curious, Kalila. How'd you get into reading?
Hello, everybody. It's Kalila, also known as Just One Love, right here to tell you that this is the Reading Ranchers. Welcome, Rancher Union, to the Reading Ranchers. Nisi, it was my mom that I got into reading.
Oh,
And a fun fact is that she still tells me and teaches her grandchildren today, read, reader. That's her favorite saying. Read, reader. And it has opened up so many doors, being able to read and enunciate words that you can see that you've never heard of and find meaning of words for me.
right,
And
right.
that's why I love to read. I may not always remember those words, but it's something when those words are seen again, I'm like, oh yeah, I know that. I've seen that before. I can say that.
Wow, wow. I'm continuously blown away by the plethora of books that are out there and things that are, that just open my mind to so much. So yeah, that's just kind of where we want to go with this. There are still things that are out there that I may not be aware of, that you may not be aware of, but that by active participation in the Reading Ranters, you can make some suggestions and we'll put it up and check it out.
That
Um,
is what is, hey Nisi, that is what I am really excited to see with this Reading Ranchers page is that we see what other people like to read and we get to step in and tap into some things that we may have never tried before.
Absolutely, absolutely. And hey, give a shout out to the pages that we have too.
Oh, well, hey, shout out to B Smiles Network, the Trash Bars, Steph got jokes. We're gonna give a shout out to Brown Girls Interrupted, BGI, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Random Thoughts, it's always a pleasure. And they always keep the men smelling good. Bahala Panties.
Love it.
Oh
Love it.
my, yes, yes.
And
And
we would
oh
be
my goodness, my
remiss.
skin, keeping my skin so nice and sweet. Oh, Mary Jane with those beautiful songs, the great vibes that makes me smoke even better. And
Indeed.
I gotta send a big shout out to J58. Yes, my favorite, one of my favorite shows. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
And we'd be
Branches
remiss
you
if we
going
forgot about the
on.
morning rant. Got to throw the morning rant in there.
The morning rant already. The morning rant. Hey, guess what? Welcome, reading ranters, to the Ranters Union.
Indeed, indeed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Definitely let your friends know about it. We anticipate starting off with a really, really, really thorough read from a very thorough ranter, but we'll get into that shortly. Um, so what is this show about? We've pretty much covered the fact that that this is a book club, but we are open to ideas and suggestions. So definitely, throw those out there if you have any. What can you expect from the show? Dialogue, thoughtful dialogue, and conversation. You can definitely expect a safe space to an extent too, where you
Stepping.
can say almost anything. Yes, Kalila?
So, one thing that I want to give a testimonial about is I've never been into podcasts. I've never been into YouTube, and I
Mm-hmm.
was introduced to the iRant network and Ranters Union, and because of the information and all of the hashtag PNN, for those that are not knowing what that is, that's hashtag pure nigger nonsense. um, it introduced me into the YouTube and the podcast world.
Okay.
And for me to be introduced to other people that have the same thought ideas and are not ashamed nor are afraid to recant their thoughts, it's
Mm-hmm.
just the best thing that I have become a part of. And
Right.
I am just so excited right now. I'm so excited for the Reading Ranchers and for all the ranchers, because y'all are ranchers, all from your chat. You are about to be included in the books that we read, and we need your suggestions so that we can read those books, learn some new things, have some good imaginations. It doesn't always have to be something so high tech or fictional, non-fictional. It can be something fictional that we just want to rant about. We can rant about the author, excuse me. We can rant about a chapter. It is something for us to get together and say, hey, this book sucks and this book doesn't suck.
There you go. There you go.
Big ups to the Ranters Union. Salute.
Salute, salute. Um, we have a holiday that's coming up in particular. Saturday, to be specific. Why don't you tell us a little about that, Kalila?
World Book Day is coming up, everybody. It's a World Book and Copyright Day, also known as International Day of the Book. It's an annual event organized by the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, also known as UNESCO, to promote reading, publishing, and copywriting. The World Book Day was celebrated on April the 23rd in 1995. That was our first World Book Day. It continues to be recognized on that day. We have related events going on in United Kingdom and in Ireland, observed in March, and each each designated World Book Capital City carries out a program of activities to celebrate and promote books and reading.
Got ya.
So
And
we- we've got a whole day that we have countries designated to a World Book Day. And
wow.
the main thing that stuck out to me when I read that was reading, publishing, and copyright. If you notice, our warning has those words in that warning. So
Right.
please be advised. April 23rd is our National World Book Day, and we will forever celebrate that as long as we have Reading Ranchers Union going on. Read
Well,
a book.
twerk a book, let them pages clap. Hey, will this at the time of this actual airing, this will be World Book Day. So happy World Book Day to all of you. All of you.
Do
I'm
your
kind of
own research. Read a damn book.
there you go. So I'm kind of curious, what is your favorite book, Kalila? You
At
know?
this time, I don't have one. I can be honest. I'm waiting and I'm excited to hear suggestions from the reading ranters that's going to make me have a favorite book.
Okay.
Honestly, and that is the truth. I don't think there's been a book that I've ever read more than once other than the Bible.
What type of
So
books do
I
you
could
like,
say
though?
that's my favorite book.
The Bible?
I could say that's my favorite book, yeah. And I've read it more than once.
Were there specific books that she liked growing up?
Um, Books that I like growing up, Dr. Seuss always.
Okay.
As a teenager, I just read because it was mandatory in my mother's house to read, and
Mm-hmm.
because I that was a better subject that I was in than math. So if it had anything to do with reading, English, enunciation, let's do it because I could
That
not do math.
that resonates deeply with me. I am math challenged. I am math challenged. Yeah. It's
But
pretty.
what I found out in being forced to read books that I do love to read.
That's awesome. What do you hope to get out of creating a community for reading ranters? What is, what's the end game? I know, I'll start off in saying I know for me it's really to create a sense of community, to also just really sort of also introduce great books to people, but also to meet some of these authors. We have one in particular that we're starting off with that I think that you guys are going to absolutely just deep dive into, his or her book, and completely love it. So, thoughts?
Well, I think my end game is that we encourage someone to read that will encourage someone else to read.
Even better. Even better.
That is my end game.
Yes.
That everyone that joins and shares this page and that comes a part of this community will encourage someone else to read. Will encourage someone to say, hey, read this book. Do you like this type of topic? Try that. Do you like mystery? Do you like history? Do you like fiction or nonfiction? Do you
Mm.
like facts or something imagination? There are so many books to read as far as from A to Z when it comes to athletic to zoology. What is a topic that we cannot read? And reading opens us up to things. There's so many benefits from reading. It expands our minds. It gives us more ideas. It allows us for creative thinking. I'm one that has a problem with concentrating. It helps me to concentrate.
That resonates deeply with me because yeah, I have the same issue as well as, and I find sometimes that, and I've heard this from others, that when they get into books sometimes that, if they're not caught by the first chapter, that it's downhill from there.
I've
So
said that as well.
so definitely want to give attention to, books that we might be completely into, but hey, it might not have caught you in the first chapter, but maybe you'll hear a little bit about, more about it to where it would be something that would resonate with you. And if it doesn't, it just doesn't. And let us know, thumbs up or thumbs down. Hey, this book sucks. I respect you for telling me that.
Yes, and that's the main thing. We want to know your opinion about it. That's why this station has the main word rant in it. Rant, rant, please, ranters.
Definitely. Open space to do so. But we also have to make sure that we don't get a flag. But yeah,
This is a non-judgmental zone. So
but we
no one's judging
judge
you
the way that
about your
we
opinions, your thoughts,
absolutely.
whether you can or cannot read. If you can't read, this is your opportunity to practice reading.
Indeed. Indeed. Um, what would you like to speak into existence with the
And
reading reader?
I think I just said that. I just want to speak into existence that more people open up their mind to read. It
Ab-
is it is a habitual thing, something that you have to practice and make time for in your life. But this is a habitual thing, and it it makes somebody intellectually sound. When when you're out in public and you've read just a couple of paragraphs in a newspaper and you're able to say, well, you read that, makes you a well-rounded person, a well-read person, because you know a little or you know a lot about a little subject.
Makes
It
sense.
Those little bitty things that you pick up in a simple paragraph is something that you are able now to discuss with other people. And it shares knowledge. That's how folk tales became. That's how it became written down.
So let me ask you this: what books are you currently reading? What book are you reading, or would like to read? What's in your queue? Because I know with with my book purchasing, um, I tend to have like a backup of, okay, well, I want to read that. Let me put this in my queue. Um, I do the Audible thing, but I like to have the feel of an actual book in my hand. I'm one of those people. I've done the Kindle thing and some of these other gadgets that are out there, but I love the feel of a good solid book. What book, um, you know, are you currently into?
At this time, the book that I am into is the current book that we're going to introduce.
Ooh,
And it has been so interesting for me simply because this man has been in my circle and I've not even known about him being in my circle until again the Ranters Union.
indeed.
So back in the day when I'm watching BT Uncut and jamming out, rocking out as a teenager, white girls rule the world. Hey, white girls. I was like, this is so corny and I love it. I was like, but it's true when I got to an older age. Yeah, they are. They were doing their very good job and they still do. But warning, excuse me. I have the right to change my opinion at any time.
She did a
But
self disclaimer. I love it.
the book that I have really been interested in is Inside the CIA's Secret War in Jamaica, Arthur Casey Game McCullough. Our
Oh,
own
cats out the
Mr.
bag.
Casey Game been on our show, been on our page so many times as a co-host in our morning rants, night rants, game shows. I am like so infatuated with getting ready to discuss this book.
Right. He's just such a personable man in general. So
Yes.
I really look forward to him, giving his observations regarding his masterful work, I must say. But yeah, again, let him know about the title and the author, or the name, the title of the book and the author, so that people are aware of. Because we just let the cat out the bag, you guys. So this is the book. Definitely get
Hey, you
on.
guys. Our first show will be the first Sunday in May, approximately be about 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. on y'all East Coast, guys. Look, we are introducing Inside the CIA Secret War in Jamaica by our own Casey Game McCullough. We are excited to hear your thoughts. On top of that, we will be having the author himself on that day to include some of his personal thoughts, answer some questions that we have on the book. I'm too super excited, y'all. Volume is a good thing.
Absolutely. Also, you can find his book on Amazon. I know that's where I purchased mine from. Um, you know, definitely grab the book in advance, and start reading. Start reading.
That's the main thing. That is the goal for all of our followers to read a book. If it's not a book, if it's something on Google, how you even got to read captions on everything that people post these days. Read something, learn something, and share something. I mean, it boosts your communication skills when you read. It helps you concentrate. It allows you for creative thinking. Come on, even if it entertains you and it imparts good values. One thing I learned about reading, it lowers your stress.
Hmm.
So please, guys, please come on and share your thoughts, comments about books, give your opinions. And most of all, I can't wait to be writing down a long list of books that we got to catch up to read.
Indeed, indeed. And I just want to reiterate, you can find Casey's book on Amazon. I'm looking at it right now. It also is available on Kindle. So if you're one of those Kindle folks, you can definitely check that out on there as well. Just tap into Amazon and make it happen. Because I definitely look forward to discussing this. And hey, we really want you to participate. So come on over to the Reading Ranters and join in. Any final thoughts, Kalila?
Hey, that's your call to action, guys. Get a book, pick up a book, order a book, suggest a book, read a book.
Make
Do
them
your
pages clap.
own, do your own damn research. Read a god book,
Indeed.
and uh, it's always just one love. Once we get it together and put our opinions down, guess what? We've learned something, all of us, in a simple hour or less.
Or less. Check us out on Reading Ranters on IG. Definitely, again, go ahead and subscribe to the Ranters Union and the iRant Network. We'd love to
Don't
see.
forget, Reading Ranchers is on Facebook as well, y'all.
Oh, what do you know? Check us out. And with that
I
final
can't wait
thought,
to see y'all.
we want to bid you adieu. Have a wonderful, wonderful World Book Day. Grab a book, folks. Make them pages clap.
Make
Kalila.
them clap. Till the introduction. Don't
Goodbye.
rant too much without me, you guys.